If you're currently stuck on a weight loss plateau, such that no matter how much effort you put into eating right or working out, the scale just wouldn't move, this video is for you. It doesn't matter if you're dealing with hormonal issues, PCOS, insulin resistance, you're perimenopausal, you're menopausal, or you are in your postpartum phase. It doesn't matter. Let's talk about the simplest thing you can incorporate into your daily routine that is super effective, yet takes minimal effort. Walking. Walking is, to me, in my opinion, the simplest form of exercise you can do. There was a time during my weight loss journey that I got stuck. I can't remember exactly what my weight was then, but I hadn't gotten to my goal. But I knew that for a couple of weeks, I kept dancing around the same weight range. And I knew that something had to change. I had to switch things up. So I looked into what I could do differently to help, propel me towards the right direction. So what I did was I did a little bit of research into walking. I wanted to know how to incorporate it into my routine to make it work for me. If you have a gym membership, you can walk on a treadmill, of course. If you prefer to do it at home, you could use a walking pad. Some people have that. Some people have a full treadmill in their homes as well. So you can do that. If you have nothing at all, you can walk in your home from one room to the other room, from one floor to the other floor. You can do it if you have like a complex. You can do it on your street. You can do it around your neighborhood. It doesn't matter. What I found super enjoyable for me was taking my walk outside. So I live in Canada. Not all year round can you say, I want to go on a walk. But on those seasons, but I still manage to walk during winter season, summer, spring. I still walked all year round. But there are some days that it's really terrible and, it's safe to stay at home. Generally speaking, for me, the most enjoyable place to walk is just outside. I find it boring to, use a treadmill or use a walking pad. What I encourage you to do is try a few different options. Try to walk outside, try to walk in your home, see which one you're able to sustain for a longer period of time, okay? And see which one you enjoy and you look forward to doing every day. So for me, I set out for myself that, okay, I'm going to walk every single day for 30 days and see the effect on me and on my weight loss journey. I started very simple by walking. I think it was 20 minutes that I started with after my lunch break. No, during my lunch break. So immediately after eating, I would, clear up my table and just go outside and walk around the neighborhood for 20 minutes and come back home. And I did that for a few days. I increased the time after a few days and I kept going from there. Another time I also explored was walking in the morning. So first thing in the morning before the sun came out, I would just take my walk around, complete the exercise, come back home and start my day fully. Another time I explored was the evening time. Currently, I'm not on a weight loss journey right now. I'm trying to even bulk up. I'm trying to build more muscle. I still walk almost every day. Sometimes I run because I'm trying to train for a half marathon this year. But what I'm saying in essence is I so enjoy walking, outdoor walking especially, that till this day that I'm on a maintenance phase, I've been on a maintenance phase for years now, I still do outdoor walking. So I encourage you to find what time and what place, what setting would be more enjoyable for you that you can sustain, such that for years to come, you're still walking. Some of the things that I found helpful in walking, we're going to talk about the benefits of walking, but we're talking practical things now. Some of the things that I found helpful that you might also want to do for yourself is if you have a partner, your sister, your brother, your husband, your child, whoever it is, your neighbor, somebody that also enjoys taking a walk, you can pair up together and take that walk. That way, you're keeping things lively for yourself. You're keeping things enjoyable for yourself. You look forward to doing it. You might also want to try using some headphones if it's safe for you in your neighborhood to, put some headphones on. So you might want to try that as well. I love to listen to gospel music. And so I have my playlist that I play all the time. I never get tired of them. And so I just have the music playing in my ears and I'm, worshiping and I'm in to me, that's like my me time. So there is no noise around me. I don't have any child asking for my attention or, looking for me to help with one thing or the other. I leave my family at home and I just take that walk for myself and have my music in my ears. So you might want to do it. Recently, I've been listening to some financial podcasts. So that's what I do now. Whatever it is that will keep you going, music, podcasts, just silence. You may prefer to just take in the air if you're going outside, of course, and just enjoy nature and just use that as a time to, decompress and pour and just release your mind. It gives not just the physical benefits that we're talking about today, but also a lot of mental clarity. You're boosting your mood. Each time I get back home after taking my walk, I'm in a high spirit. I feel better. I feel lighter. Of course, I'm happy that I've done something physical for myself, but not just physical, but also mental. Studies have shown that if you're dealing with hormonal imbalance, whatever hormonal issues you're dealing with, especially if you are of a particular age, you are a little bit older, walking is something that helps you, of course, on your weight loss journey. And so you might want to do that. Not everything requires jumping and skipping and running and lifting and, doing a lot of course, there's a place for physically challenging or tasking exercises, but walking, no, we're not preaching about walking enough. Let's talk about 2 different intensities that I recommend that you might want to try and then pick which one you feel you can sustain better and you enjoy better. One is interval walking. So you want to pick a particular slow pace and walk, almost like you're trying to warm up. Okay, you might want to do that for about a minute or 2. And then after that, you switch to very fast walking. Some people may even try to switch that to a slight jogging just to push their heart rate up a little bit, just to elevate their heart rate. So you might want to try that. So for you, it could be 2 minutes of slow walking, 2 minutes of fast walking. It's a cycle. So you repeat that until you get to your goal. So your goal might be, we'll talk about goals. It could be an interval of 1 minute slow walking, slow pace, 2 minutes of fast walking, and then you go that cycle. So you have to time yourself. What that does for you is it pushes you to burn more calories, because that interval that you're walking really, really fast, your heart rate is pumping hard, you're burning a lot of calories. And then when you switch to the slow pace, your heart rate drops and you're able to catch your breath. And that phase is like your recovery period. And then you go again fast. And then you slow down again and then you go again. So it has to be strategic, until you finish your exercise for the day. The second intensity I want to talk about, or should I say method, would be zone walking. So there's something we call zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Let's not talk technicalities here. Let me explain it in simple terms. So for every individual, there is a maximum level your heart rate can get to, which becomes your peak. If you want to walk in zone 2, which is the zone I'm talking about now, your heart rate would be about 60 to 70% of your maximum level. If you have a fitness tracker, your fitness tracker might be able to tell you where that sweet spot is. If you don't have, you walk fast enough that your body warms up, that you feel the intensity of the walk, but it's not too fast that you cannot hold a conversation if you're walking with a partner. It's not too fast that you cannot sing. That's the easiest way to explain it. What this zone is it's called the fat burning zone. So this zone, you're able to sustain it for, let's say you want to go for a walk for 30 minutes or 1 hour, you should be able to hold it for that long. So of course, when you're starting a new form of exercise, you want to stretch, you want to warm up a little bit. You don't just go straight into it. So do that for a couple of minutes and then you pick up the pace a little bit to the zone 2 that we are discussing right now. And then you sustain that throughout the period of your exercise. And then at the end of the exercise, you slow down and just, kind of cool down and you end the exercise. The biggest advantage of walking in the fat burning zone is that you're able to burn calories without spiking cortisol. So if you do high intensity exercises, your body, of course, burns calories. but your body will also produce cortisol. This is a great way to push yourself out of the plateau that we're talking about. So you want to try this for, you might set a goal for yourself to do it for 7 days or 30 days like I did, and consistently do this every day. You don't need to take a break. Walking for a lot of us is even a kind of exercise that we do on our off days. So it's a low impact exercise. You're not putting too much strain on your body. You're able to hold it and you're able to finish it, and it's highly effective. So as I said earlier, there was a point in my weight loss journey where I had that kind of sort of like a plateau. I created that 30-day challenge for myself to walk every single day strategically after my lunch and see what happens. And not only did, of course, the weight shifted, the scale went down. Not only did that happen for me, and I didn't change any other thing. My waistline trimmed down a lot. You know, anytime this is what I do. Anytime I want to embark on like a challenge, not only am I tracking my weight on the scale, I'm also tracking my metrics, my inches. There are tons of research out there that highly recommends walking for women, especially women who are dealing with hormonal issues, women that are of a particular age. Walking is highly recommended for you. So as you're watching what you're eating and you're trying to incorporate some exercise into your routine, make sure that you leave room for walking. So now, one tip I'm going to give you is, regardless of the time of the day that you're able to walk, if you can walk after the heaviest meal of your day, for me, that's lunch. If you're able to walk after that meal, not only will you be doing all these good things for yourself, trying to bring your weight down, trying to boost your metabolism and all of that, you're also going to be reducing the impact of the food that you've eaten on your bloodstream. Now, there's what we call insulin spike. So, and it's directly tied to quantity and the quality of food you're eating, the type of food you're eating, and the volume is directly tied to that. When you walk immediately after eating, and by immediately, I don't mean you drop your plate and you run out. You could wait 5, 10, 15 minutes, it doesn't matter. As long as you start walking before 30 minutes after you've finished eating, it helps tremendously to regulate your insulin. So you not experience a huge spike as much as you would have if you're not walking. Even if you're not going outside your house, again, remember, when I say walk, it doesn't mean that you have to be outside your home. Even if it is inside your home, I always encourage my clients that 10 minutes moving around after eating your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, a quick 10 minutes, do something, do the dishes, arrange your home, just move around or go step outside, whatever it is you can do to make sure that you're not sitting 2 hours after eating is going to really, really help you with regulating your hormones after eating. Now, imagine if you're dealing with insulin resistance. Please, 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 I beg you, not only should you be watching what you're eating, but you want to also be more active after eating. The things I share on this channel, there's a lot of things you can do to be stronger, to be fitter, to lose weight, to maintain weight loss. There's a lot. So I'm going to be sharing so many things with us on this channel. This is a new channel. And I'm so excited for those of you who are just starting your journey and those of you who have been on the journey, but you're looking for ways to improve on what you're doing to help yourself get to your goal. Oh, another tip. Try and get good sneakers before you start this. So if you're going outside to walk, especially for a long duration of time, make sure that you're wearing the proper shoes so that you protect yourself from any form of strain or injury. I know walking is a low impact exercise, but we also want to make sure that we are doing the best we can to protect ourselves. Lastly, I'm going to say that we want to be intentional about this exercise. So I would advise you to set a goal for yourself, and you can set a goal in 3 different ways. You can set a goal for yourself using miles. So you can decide, I'm going to start walking every day, and the first week I'm going to walk for 1 mile or 2 miles, and then you increase it 2.5 miles, or you increase it as you go. Or you can set the goal for yourself using duration and say, I want to start walking and I'm going to do it for 20 minutes today and sustain that for a couple of days. And then you increase it a little bit more, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, until you're able to walk for an hour or whatever it is that you know that you can spare the time for. For me right now, almost every day I walk for an hour, 30 minutes, almost every day. Sometimes again, I run. The third goal is to use steps. Either you use distance or duration or your steps. But for you to use your steps, of course, you have to have some kind of device that's measuring your steps for you. If you're starting a challenge, a personal challenge yourself, you want to make sure that you set a goal for yourself, because this is what keeps you in check. Once you're able to hit the goal and do it consistently for a couple of days or a few days, you can then push the goal further a little bit more until you complete the entire 30-day challenge. That's if you're doing a 30-day challenge for yourself like I did. On this channel, I'm going to be organizing some challenges that will help you in your weight loss journey, in your health and fitness journey. When the time comes, I'm going to be sharing that with all of you. And as always, if you have any questions for me that would help you in your weight loss journey, in your health and fitness journey, feel free to leave those questions below. And I will, I'm always in my comment sections answering questions. Until next time, stay healthy. Bye. It doesn't matter what level you are, beginner, advanced, none of that matters at all. So if you look forward to doing it and you're killing two stones, you're killing two birds. You're killing two birds with one stone. Why do I have to kill birds though? If you are currently stuck on a weight loss plateau, oh my God, I keep looking at myself. Look into the camera.